So here we have two buckets of where the companion planting was done. I have of course thinned a little bit beforehand, but this is where I took the last batch from two of the buckets, and I have 10. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the radishes mostly now for some easy light breakfast. Chop up these leaves and have them fried up with some eggs, with some tomato, some spices. I don't really need much spices with these. They are, especially since they are partially bolted. When they're partially bolted, they tend to have a little stronger flavor and texture. Now, some people don't like the texture, but I find it to be perfectly fine when you're boiling it or frying it or something like that. But of course, if you want to eat them like straight up fresh as they are right from the ground, then you like them a little bit more tender and cooler. But you know, I have the companion plants are more higher temperature loving. So we have these little bolts coming up even on the small radishes. It already has this spiky leafy texture, and yeah, also it should be noted I've actually cut many of these to kind of hold back the bolting process just a little bit, which also explains why they aren't particularly big. Some of them are also elongated. This has a little bit to do with layers of coal being underneath, and also because there were a bunch of peas which filmed earlier were snipped and eaten. Um, so now there's two buckets with no companions anymore. It's just the main plant, and it's due for a little trimming soon, but that's about it. It's very handy to have a container where you have cold water. That's just you can actually have it here and let it stay. Don't need much sun really. You just want to have a cold water and let it stay a little bit in the light. You don't have to wait long. You just give it a little bit of time, wash off the dirt and so forth, and then when you take it off, you shower it, let it cut it, and do what you would ever do with the salads in general. But the thing is that when you put it in the cold water like this, you kind of get more of the morning crisp taste that you would get from well, when you're harvesting it outdoors in the right time when the temperature is more right. So considering this as consider this as a band-aid on the fundamental thing that you lacked in order to make the perfect radishes. But you still have radishes, no efforts, and pieces of coal in some of them. Just wash it like this. Good enough. Keep them here. Yeah, I think that was it.